Morocco versus Brazil, a five-time world champion against a team that reached the semi-finals back in 2022. And the headline from that game wasn't a Brazilian superstar, as we probably would have assumed. It wasn't even one of Morocco's senior stars. It was an 18-year-old making his World Cup debut for a country he'd only just committed to, Ayyoub Bouaddi. And here's the part that makes this even more ridiculous. He could have played for France instead. He could have been lining up against Senegal in the first match. He'd come through their youth system all the way to under 21 level. But just weeks before this World Cup, he chose Morocco. Now add this on top. Arsenal have already had a €60 million bid rejected for him. PSG are trying to work on a deal. Liverpool, Chelsea, Real Madrid, United, AC Milan, Juventus, they've all been linked. Lille wants somewhere between 70 and 80 million euros for a teenager who has scored 0 goals in Ligue 1 this season. Honestly, what's actually going on here? Why is half of Europe fighting over a kid who isn't even putting up flashy numbers? Today, we're going to find out exactly who Bouaddi is and why, underneath all the noise, he might be the real truth. Let's quickly look back from the beginning. Bouaddi was born back in October 2007 in the north of France. He came up through the local club before Lille's academy snapped him up as a young teenager back in 2021. It didn't take long for Lille to realize what they had. So in October of 2023, at 16 years and 3 days old, Bouaddi was thrown into a European competition. And in doing so, he became the youngest player ever to appear in a European competition fixture in history. He also broke Lille's own youngest ever player record, a record that had stood since 1978. By the time he had turned 18, he'd made more than 70 appearances for Lille's first team. So looking at the kind of style of player that he is, honestly, if you're expecting a flashy highlight reel midfielder, you might be a little bit underwhelmed at first, and that's exactly the point. Bouaddi isn't a chaos merchant, he's a control midfielder. Scouts describe him as a tactical stabilizer, someone who connects defense to attack without drama. Wins the ball back, shields it under pressure using either foot, and moves his team forward through simple, intelligent passing rather than flashy through balls. At 1.85 m, he's already built to compete physically with grown men, and that size combined with generally strong concentration for his age means he rarely gets bullied out of games or switches off even for a moment. And when he does carry the ball forward, it's not for show. If you watch closely, you'll notice the dribble is almost an escape tool, a way to slip out of tight pressure and into space rather than to beat three players and try curl one into the top corner. His defensive numbers for his age are brilliant. He presses with purpose, he's strong in duels, and he reads danger before it develops. That maturity is exactly why coaches trust him in matches against far more experienced opposition, and why a lot of teams around Europe are taking a look at him. Now, one of the more interesting things is his attacking output right now is literally nothing. You know what I mean? It's 0 goals in Ligue 1 this season, 1 assist. If that's all you looked at, you'd wonder what the fuss is all about. That's not really a weakness so much as it's the next chapter of his story. Right now, Bouaddi's job is just to control, win it, shield it, and move it. The final pass, the goal threat, the end product, that's the part of his game that's still raw, and it's worth saying that that side of his game is already moving in the right direction. His long-range passing alone has improved noticeably compared to last season, when you're already this dominant in possession, you know what I mean, out of it, especially at the age of 18. That final piece is exactly the kind of thing that catches up fast with games, with coaching, and with time. Just give it some time, people, and I promise you, this guy is going to be a top midfielder. So I guess really the question is, what's next for Bouaddi? You know, a player who turned down a pathway into the French national team. He's made his World Cup debut against Brazil and dominated that game. A player whose attacking numbers look quiet on paper, but whose control of a football match at 18 is already up there with players years older than him. He's got teams like Arsenal, PSG, Liverpool, half of Europe are circling. Lille want around 80 million euros to even think about letting him go, and his World Cup has only just got started. If Bouaddi keeps performing like he did against Brazil, Don't be surprised if this transfer saga becomes one of the biggest stories of the summer. Guys, let me know in the comment section which club do you think eventually lands him, and after seeing those World Cup numbers and that performance, is he going to be worth the price tag? Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Stay blessed, keep the same energy. I'll catch you soon. Peace.